makes me wanna holler, go away. I need more peace and hope and love. Where do I find it in this crazy old world? I need strategies, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Every time I listen, Lauren and David share strategies for living, and it makes me aware. I've got strategies for living, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio.
Yeah, we need them. You got to know it. You got to know we need them.
We do?
Yeah, those strategies. Those strategies for living. So, are you ready? Ready again for your daily dose of radio rehab?
I am,
Yeah,
I think.
that's good. Ready or not, here we are. Hey, folks, welcome in. Welcome into Strategies for Living. I'm Dr. David McMillan. She is psychotherapist Lauren Leon McMillan, PLPC.
Mm-hmm.
What matters most? What is the thing that matters absolutely most? And I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It kind of relates to what we were talking about yesterday.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
So
that's a big hint.
relationship with self.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about
Right.
yesterday.
So I would say something along the idea, if you're thinking along that, the ideas, the concepts, maybe how you define yourself. Who am I and what am I doing in the world?
Actually, it's how you see yourself.
Okay.
I would
Well,
say that
yeah.
what matters most is how you see yourself. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be famous in order to be happy. But what you do need is you need a positive outlook on this thing that we're in. It's called
Right.
life.
Right.
Right?
Which is how you define
Now,
yourself. Yeah.
studies have shown that the happiest people are those who see themselves positively and have a healthy sense of self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to talk about some things that you may need to consider in life to lead to that greater sense of self, right?
Right.
So a higher self-esteem so that you can lead a happier and more fulfilled existence.
Mm.
That would be worth our time today. Those strategies would make a lot of sense, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. I think so.
Well, why don't we invest some time in those strategies then?
I think that sounds like a wonderful plan.
Well, I want to credit Tao An Nguyen from IdeaPod.
Okay.
Because
My guess is that's win.
it may be Win. Yeah, I, whatever.
I'm not looking at it, but based on the way you said that.
I'm not going to get down on myself.
No, don't.
Yeah. Folks, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you being here, and we appreciate our sponsors making it all possible. The Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX, and the Balanced Life Wellness Center, and Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of The Godfather. Alligator Italian sausage and some pretty good muffies, too. What matters most is how you see yourself. That's today here on Strategies. Come back and join us.
Tune in daily, find the light. Healthy mind and spirits bright. Strategies for living strong. Feel the vibe, it won't go wrong. The body moves and soul alive. Catch the rhythm, feel the time. Radio rehab every day. Chase those clouds of gray away. Your daily dose of radio rehab. Lift you up when skies seem drab. Mind and body, spirits free. Living life in harmony.
And welcome in. Welcome into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan. And we're talking about what matters most. You know, some people would debate this, right?
Sure.
I mean, some people would probably disagree with us.
I think each person could probably come up with something different.
Yeah, but, again, we were talking yesterday, in yesterday's program, about, one of these sponsorship things. And this is another sponsorship thing, if you will.
Right.
I'm saying sponsorship in air quotes because, the kind of life who doesn't want to be happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we all want to be happy.
I think so.
Well, if we want to be happy, a basic necessity is how do you see yourself? Yesterday, we talked about the primary relationship that we have
right,
is the
with
relationship
ourself.
we have with self.
Mm-hmm.
And, in that, along with what we're talking about today, Lauren, is not something that we think about a lot,
Not in the terms that we're speaking about, but we think through them all the time.
Yeah. We think through them.
Help.
When you say we think through them.
Yes.
What you're meaning there is it's like a filter that
Right.
we see through.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
almost like a lens.
A lens.
Yeah.
It colors everything. If you put on a pair of glasses that have these bright pink lens,
Mm-hmm.
the world's going to look different.
Sure.
Yeah?
Rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, rose-colored glasses. That's it.
But then after some time, you just adjust to it and kind of sort of assume that everybody else sees the world through those pink glasses too.
Sure.
And yet, most people don't. I mean, we all
Exactly.
have our own set of lenses, which are made up of our beliefs, and especially probably what we're going to be talking about today, which is how you see yourself.
Right.
And,
Right.
and I'm going to play a you for a minute.
You're going to
because
play a me?
David. Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
play a David.
Uh-oh.
A Davidism.
Okay.
Because when you said, what matters most is how we see ourselves,
Yeah.
I couldn't help but think, well, of course. But also, what matters most is how we see, with the letter C,
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
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 How we create
How
ourselves.
we create ourselves.
How we
yeah.
consciously create ourselves.
Yeah.
And we do that through the way we see. S-E-E. Through the way we see ourselves.
Yeah. It's all about seeing, isn't
That's right.
it? With a C or with an S. It's all about seeing. Yeah.
Can you believe it?
So one of the strategies we're going to begin talking about.
I have one more to
Okay.
expand
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
no?
It just came to me.
Okay.
So we see with our eyes.
Yeah.
And it's no different on the other with the letters either. We see, we create with our eyes, with our letter eyes. Because we know, because we know one of the most powerful belief statements, one of the most powerful statements that we can say is I am, right? And whatever follows I am.
Fill in that blank.
So
and
it
that's,
is.
And
that's how we see. Yeah. So we have to see with different eyes. And I think that's a hint, a huge hint at how we can begin to shift how we see differently is we change our eyes.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is our I statement. You change who I am, who I say I am. I think, by the way, that was what that great teacher, Jesus, was trying to communicate when he asked his disciples, who is it that you say that I am?
I am. Yeah.
He wasn't talking, I don't think he was talking so much about himself. I don't think he was saying, who is it that you think that I, Jesus, am?
Right.
I think he was saying, who is it that you say that I am? As in...
a whole nother way to look at that passage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As in, who is it that you say that you are and that I am, as in the great I am that I am?
Yeah.
Because often our vision, our image of God has a lot to do with who we say that we are.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And it all starts with I am.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we could take off on this, and
Yeah, sorry, you got me off on a little tangent.
That's okay.
There.
Yeah, I mean tangents are good. Tangents are, one of the things that, we're all about, because we're all about this program, especially, is about stretching our minds and helping us to think. That's part of what our mission is. We don't come from a place where you have to do it just like we do it.
No, absolutely not. In fact, I would warn against that. I
Absolutely.
want anybody and everybody who listens to run it through their system first and
yeah.
see, okay, is what they're saying, does it resonate with me or not?
Yeah.
Because
And how can I make it mine? How can I make it I am for me?
Right.
Yeah.
And to question yourself, who is it that you say
Who is it that you say that I am? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And watch your I ams, because that becomes who you are.
So one of the first strategies that this young lady talks about, I'll probably slaughter her name again, Tao An Nguyen. See, I said it better that time.
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
She.
Yeah. Is to make the most of what you have. In other words, don't be an excuse maker, she says. You have all the resources that you need right now
Yes.
to create the life that you want. You have strength, you have intelligence, and you have plenty of good ideas. So strength, intelligence, and good ideas. You might be telling yourself that you can't do things that maybe, I need more experience, or I don't have enough time to pursue my dreams right now, or I don't have enough money, resources.
I'll do that when.
Yeah, but think about it. She asked us to stop and think about this. What you have, you've created your life. What if the question that she asks and she poses is, what have you created in your life with the resources that you have?
Yeah.
If it has not been enough, ask yourself this: what am I doing that prevents me from making the most of what I have? In other words, what excuses am I putting in my own way? What excuses?
How am I getting in the way of my own abundance?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so this is about, Lauren, us taking complete responsibility for everything that happens in our life.
Right.
And then you can change anything that isn't working. Now, some people may say, well, wait a minute, taking complete responsibility for everything that happens in my life. Whoa, there's a lot that happens to me that I don't,
I'm not responsible
I
for
really don't like it all. And I don't, and I didn't have anything to do with it.
Right. It's not my
Circumstances and other people
Right.
did that.
Right.
Okay, here's the deal. You are the world, right?
Yeah.
The world is in you. You are the world. Remember that song?
We
that
are the
great,
world.
We are the world.
We are
yeah. We are the children.
Yeah.
I think they were
onto something.
They were onto something.
They were
big
onto
time.
a great truth. That's for sure.
No, the truth is we can't control out there, but we can control what is our world.
Right.
Right? And again, back to those lenses. If I'm putting on bright pink glasses to look through,
Yeah.
or dark green, almost opaque glasses to look through,
Yeah.
that's my choice,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
We're all experiencing whatever the world is going on around us, but I have this entire world inside of me. So starting today, we could make a commitment to stop making excuses, right?
Yeah.
So we could move your thinking away from I can't and shift it to how can I?
Right.
Right?
And that I have all I need right now to do what it is that I want to do.
Yeah.
It may not be, I may not have the money to do the grand idea that I have down the line, but I have what I need to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Whether I'm aware of it or not.
Yeah.
And so to look within your life somewhere, what roadblocks am I putting up? Whether that's a belief that I can't do it until this, or I need this.
I'm thinking about the recent life strategist that we had.
Yeah.
That wrote the book, The Friendship Bench. Okay, so
Yes.
he's in a country He's like one of 7 psychiatrists, something like, I don't know the exact number,
Right.
but there's
very
a
few.
very few. And so the country that he's in has a need for a great deal more mental health help, right?
And so he gathered all the resources he could.
Benches and grandmothers.
Right.
Yeah.
And he started a movement, a worldwide movement.
It's become one, but he started it in his own little native country, right? And it's
with what he had.
It's a movement.
Yeah.
He had a lot of wisdom. He recognized there's a lot of wisdom in our elders, and we have benches, and so we can put those together,
right?
And there you go. I mean, I think that exactly makes the point that you're making. What do I have? So how can
what am I not seeing?
How am I blocking? How am I blocking my own progress? And once I identify how I'm blocking, then create, ways that I can take care of that so that I can create the kind of life that, I really want for myself.
I think it's going to be important to note here that as you begin to remove blocks, that comes with grieving and releasing.
Yeah.
Even if it's getting in your way, it's going to require some grief.
What matters most is how each one of us see ourselves. We're talking about that today here on Strategies for Living. And we've got more. So more strategies always. Come back and join us. We'll be right back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living Radio. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan. We're talking today about what matters most. What matters most is how we see ourselves, how we experience ourselves.
Right. Because how we see and experience ourselves is going to be how we see and experience everything else. Right.
Absolutely. It's the sponsor.
Yeah.
All right, so another one is to believe in yourself, to find your own honest self-confidence. So, here's the deal. Every single one of us have flaws, right?
Sure.
And, many of us, well, if I didn't have all of these flaws, I'd be great.
You wouldn't be alive. You wouldn't be human.
But here's the deal. Once you accept yourself, flaws and all, and you decide, I can succeed, then whatever flaws are there aren't going to stop you anymore. So believing in ourselves is a choice. And it's a very, very important choice. So what we're talking about here is self-confidence, but we're talking about authentic self-confidence, because authentic self-confidence comes from within, and it allows us to fully express who we are, even when you don't do something perfect the first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I think, well, everybody else out there has more wisdom. Everybody else out there has more talent than I do. And they're always right. Then, of course, it's going to be difficult to head in a different direction than those people are going in. But if you believe in your ability to make good choices, good decisions, even when it may not be absolutely right, then go for it.
The key there is believing in your ability to make a decision that's best for you in that moment, knowing all that you know at this point in time.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And so that means I'm going to make this decision full-heartedly, and I'm going to go in this direction. And if it doesn't turn out the way that I want it to, or if I end up hurting myself or someone else, I have the resources within me to handle that.
Yeah.
And to make the repair, whether that's with myself or someone else.
Yeah. And another thing for us, I think, to keep in mind, Lauren, is that the way I see myself is likely not the way others see me.
Oh, likely not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might think you're worthless and nobody could possibly love you, but others might see you as, oh, you're sweet, you're humorous, you're so helpful. You're not. That's not worthless. You have, all of us, every single one of us, have the potential to be great. But we can only be great if we believe in ourselves and decide we're going to make that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is it that you say that I am?
Who is it that you say that I am? I love looking at that and thinking about that.
Yes.
In a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a powerful reframe.
Yeah.
Because it reminds us of, I think, what he was talking about all along, which is the power, the kingdom of God
Is within.
is within.
Yeah.
And so who is it that you say that I am says, who is it that you say that you are in the world? Because that is who you will become.
Absolutely.
And how you create your reality.
Another thing is that, we learn to take risk. I mean, one of the most important things in this life, is taking risk. Risk help us grow and help us realize our full potential. If we didn't have risk, you might not even have ever tried out for the school play. Or maybe you don't go to that party where the guy of your dreams or the gal of your dreams is hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't risk and say, let me just meander into this party. If something's worth doing, it's worth doing with a little risk involved, even if it's scary. Then taking some risk can be really exciting and really fun. I've told the story before, but I would love to tell everybody that that I thought about going back to graduate school and being a counselor and doing all this great stuff. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the way it happened. I mean, I wish. But I was I was watching a soccer game on a Saturday morning out at LSU Shreveport,
right.
Back when they played Cabosa soccer out there years and years ago, when my kids are little and they're, in their 40s now. But I didn't know I was standing next to a college professor that taught at Louisiana Tech and in counseling. And we were, I knew he was a counselor. And so I started talking to him about that, and he started talking to me, and, he invited me to go to lunch with him the following Monday, and I did, and that's when he told me, I'm a counselor, but what you don't know is I'm a professor in counseling at Louisiana Tech. And my first response to him was, Lamar, that's an hour away, and, I can't, I'm running a radio station here. I can't do that. And he said, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm on Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, at Louisiana Tech, Barksdale Air Force Base. And I don't know, he made an offer. I jumped at it within a week or so of that conversation, week and a half. I don't remember the exact timing, but it was short, I was sitting in his class, had no earthly idea, earthly idea about what I was walking into. But what I did experience was something that changed my life because I took that risk. I mean, I walked out of that first class knowing I was home,
Yeah.
And that would have never happened had I not said, okay, well, let me take the risk and let me check this out.
Right. Let me just see.
Yeah, let me see.
You know, we
Yeah.
talk so much about stretching our minds, you know, and that imagery comes up again when we talk about risk, because actually what it makes me think of is we have, I don't know if you've ever seen any kind of climbing plants, but I'm particularly thinking of the Italian squash that we grow, gugusa, right?
Yeah,
They have these little tendrils that reach out
that catch on.
and they actually grab. But in those in between moments where it's sprouting the tendril and it's reaching out, it's incredibly vulnerable. I mean, to any and everything.
Yeah.
But it reaches out because it knows once it can hook onto something, it can grow up and bigger and fuller and produce more fruit.
Yeah.
And I think we are much the same way.
Yeah.
We have to stretch and we often kind of shirk back in those moments where we are most vulnerable, when we're in the middle of that stretch and we really don't know where our vine is going to land or hook onto, right? But you have to trust and know that there's some intelligence beyond, that's bigger than us, that's guiding us. Just like, you know, in your story, there was some trust that, okay, maybe
something in there pushed me,
right,
you know,
to go.
and it wasn't sanity. You know, it certainly wasn't sanity,
Right.
because I had my plate full, you know.
Yeah.
At that
Absolutely.
point, I had my plate full. And graduate school just wasn't on that plate.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he invited. I went, ate lunch, listened to him.
And you went to finish your master's and then went back and got a doctorate.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you know, and the whatever, you know.
Life happens.
Life
right?
happens, yeah. And I would love to sit here and say, oh, I thought all of this out and with a grand plan. But, you know, the truth is it was a lot of risk.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, and maybe we tell ourselves, some of us I know tell ourselves, well, risk, when I take a risk, it always lands me in trouble. But here's the truth. If you never take the risk of getting, quote unquote, hurt, you'll never know what it feels like to love somebody or have somebody love you back or love something and have a contribution that you're making to the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we try our best and we follow our heart and then take appropriate risk and not let anyone stand in our way,
Right.
you can't fail. You cannot. Because even if you don't get to where you think you want to go,
Yeah.
and you've tried, you know.
You often end up where you need to be.
Right.
And then there comes that responsibility part, right? And your ability to see yourself differently, because you are in charge of the story of your life.
Yep.
So once you make it to a place beyond from which you came, right? You have the responsibility, you have the authorship and the authority of speaking the story of how it happened and what it means to you.
Absolutely.
Which means you can...
This is your story. You're writing it.
Right. You
Yep.
certainly can label it and write it down as a complete failure. Or you can write it down as, you know, this really didn't take me where I thought it would, but I learned this and this and this, and it got me to here. And, you know, where am I going to go from here?
I think Edison, read someplace, I don't remember the exact number, but he failed quote unquote, failed an incredible number of times.
I just found a million times that didn't work.
I just found a million ways or 10,000 ways
Whatever
that
it
didn't
was.
work, whatever the number was. And I mean, you know, that's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
You keep trying, you keep going, and
Use it as a stepping stone.
yeah. We're talking about what matters most today here on Strategies for Living. And what is it? What is it that matters most? It's how we see ourselves. It's how we see ourselves. And we're going through and working through some strategies, if you will, that help us to see ourselves perhaps
Differently.
a little different. Yeah. Talking about that today here on Strategies for Living, and we have more, of course, because we got strategies. We'll be back. Stay with us here on Strategies for Living.
Facing the same old problems day to day makes you wanna holler, get away. Looking for the road that'll get me there. Looking for hope and peace to spare. Looking for strategies, strategies for leaving radio. The dose of radio rehab.
And welcome back in. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan, talking about what matters most today here on Strategies for Living. What is that? Well, it's how we see ourselves. It's how we see ourselves that matters most. So another thing we can do, and this we talked about this in yesterday's program, celebrate the moments that make us happy. We talked about it with a little different words than that, but
Yeah.
I mean, basically celebrating. You know, there's no saying if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Sometimes it's very hard to see. It's hard for us to see the big picture,
You know,
and all the things that are going to line out in the future, the goals of the future. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, everyday stress, right?
sure.
And forget to live life in the present. Most of us, a lot of us, if not most of us, live in the past and in the future.
Yeah. And so very much. And,
Yeah.
You know,
So we've spent a lot of time depressed, and we spend a lot of time anxious.
Yep.
Because that's what those places will bring us. But if we come into the present and then do our very best to stay in the here and now, okay, well, whatever I want to create, again, I've got the resources.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I am full, and I am a direct piece, fractal of source, of God, of all that is.
Yeah.
Right? And so not only am I connected, but I'm a part of it.
Yep.
And, you know, talking about seeing yourself differently, what would it be like just to do a mental exercise, you know, of, I wonder how God, universe, source, fill in the blank. I wonder how my higher power sees me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you're of the understanding that God, universe, source, all that it is divine love and acceptance. Right?
Yep.
And and I what I really think about and lean on, I think, is the story of the prodigal son.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that father welcoming back the son
Who did the unthinkable.
Right.
Yeah.
Who totally just threw away and cast away all that was given to him, all of his inheritance. And yet the father is throwing a party in joy, right? In fullness, that his son has returned has recognized him for who he sees him to be.
All right. And that gets right into the next one, right?
Okay.
All right. So what did the father show in throwing that party and welcoming his son back?
Compassion and
Compassion and
acceptance.
gratitude.
Yeah. Okay.
And so gratitude is always a great option. Always a great option in helping us to, see ourselves differently. You might think money or time or fame is the important thing to be the focus of your life. But how about finding something that makes you happy when you look deep inside and you say, oh, I didn't realize that, all of us, every single one of us are already part of something bigger than ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And which it doesn't, we don't have to sacrifice ourselves. We don't have to stop caring about ourselves. The key ingredient is gratitude. Gratitude makes you nurture. It helps you to nurture you to be the best self, grateful to others, and happy.
Yeah.
Gratitude.
I mean, really what it does is opens up a space.
Yep.
It gives you some breathing room so that you can expand into the fullness of who you really, truly are.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the next ones And, it strikes me that all of these kind of relate to each other. There are times when I need to let go.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
So learning to let go. And, when we don't grasp so hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, you got a bit of a reminder about
Yeah,
that. You didn't know how it showed
I
up.
got that message loud and clear. The superconscious higher self will speak to you in a myriad of ways.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, I mean, it made no sense because I wasn't doing anything strenuous. But, all of a sudden I felt this sharp pain in my finger and a blood vessel had popped in my finger.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought to myself, what is the message here? Because it
That's
came out
the
of
important.
nothing.
That's the important thing, Lauren. I would suggest to you that when you ask that question, okay, well, I know that there's no reason that this blood vessel in my finger.
No, I hadn't grabbed anything. No. I hadn't hit anything.
So what's it offering me? What message is it offering me? That very question.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was with you and you started laughing
yes.
and you got right away what the message was.
Sure. Yeah. It what I heard intuitively was that I'm grasping, that I am trying to hold on to something, and I need to release my grasp.
Yeah.
And it's funny, because as soon as I got that message, it hurt a little bit.
Yep.
But by the end of the day, I mean,
you looked down
better.
at it and said, well, it doesn't even look bruised anymore.
No.
Yeah.
It's gotten better.
Another strategy
Message
is
received.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Another strategy is to be patient. Patience is a virtue. It's a quality that enhances our strength and our power to endure. Sometimes life is going to present lessons like Dr. Edison, Mr. Edison. I don't know if he was Dr. Edison or not.
I don't think
but
so.
As he was trying, he was in may as well have been a doc. We'll make him a doc. But I mean, he had to have patience to continue.
Yeah, persistence
And patience and resilience to continue on, where he finally, the light bulb came on.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, always keep your mind in the here and now. You keep your mind on the present.
Yep.
Especially if you're going through a really hard time right now. Don't let your mind wander and stray back into the past or into the future.
No.
If you're angry, if you're upset, don't waste your time thinking about something that is not.
Yeah. So often we do this to each other, right? We project past versions of each other onto each other and totally miss seeing who we are in that moment.
Yeah. Yep. And who we are in that moment is always an incredible, creative,
powerful,
human, a miracle, if you will.
Absolutely.
A miracle, a walking miracle. We all are.
Yeah.
And, we can see ourselves that way, and hopefully we see each other that way, because that's what we are. What matters most, how we see ourselves, talking about that today here on Strategies for Living. We'll be back. I know we're about at the end when you get your guitar out and start that strumming.
I'm jamming.
Welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan, talking about what matters most today, how we see ourselves. How you see yourself. That's the thing that matters most. What's your grand takeaway for us today, Lauren?
Well, to remember that how we see others and the world and how we experience that is a direct reflection of how we see ourselves. And I think some of the strategies that you presented today, some that stand out to me are just gratitude and presence with ourselves, because what that can bring is a different perspective of how to see ourselves, and then how to be.
Yep.
ABC, how to be and how to see ourselves in the world.
Oh,
how about that?
That's great. That's our pretty simple ABCs,
Yeah,
right?
it's just it's a real simple thing. Not easy. It's simple.
No, but it's
I think we can also keep the reminder that how other people see us is often a reflection of them.
Yep.
More than us.
Than us. Life.
Yeah.
Our limitless information experience.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of things that we can learn from life. A tremendous amount of life. One of the things I'm convinced that we never finish going to school. We finish going to, formal school.
Sure.
But life, if we will allow it to be, is a tremendous ongoing school. Yeah. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Folks, thank you. We appreciate you being with us here on Strategies for Living. We do this each and every day for you, and we can do it because of our wonderful sponsors, the Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX, and the Balanced Life Wellness Center. And Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of the Godfather, alligator Italian sausage, and some pretty good muffies, too. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call that you could make, who would you call? What would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call. For Lauren Leon McMillan, I'm David McMillan. See you next time right here on Strategies for Living.